Hello, Princess. Good day and welcome to another episode of Just for Girls. This is Girls Alive Counseling Initiatives. Today, we'll be talking about academic stress. We'll be talking about your academics because most of you viewing this program right now, I'm sure you're in school as an adolescent girl, as a teenage girl, or you possibly have graduated from secondary school institution, you possibly might be in the tertiary institution. But the thing is that most of you are in school. The age of the adolescent years, according to WHO, is age 10 to 19. So majority of the people within that age bracket are in school, except some cultures and climes where girls are possibly not in school. You might possibly be learning a trade. You are also in school, you are learning something, But let me talk about academic situation to the academic stress. As a growing person, your mental faculty and capability is also developing, so you are exercising your mental faculties as you are in school, learning in school. Whatever you are learning, whatever you are taught at that level, at that age, it means you can cope with it. But in some instances, we find that students, young people have challenges coping with certain subjects in school and everything like that. So you're already exposed to some level of stress, having to get up, get dressed, and go to school, be in the classroom, listen to the teacher, go for practical sessions, have homework, assignments, and all manner of things to deal with. And this can take its toll on you as a young person, but you are able to cope because at your level, what you are learning is something you can cope with, but because some young people may have challenges with certain subjects, they tend to give up too easily. And I just want you to know that you can cope, you can come up with whatever it is you are sent to learn, as a student, you can cope. So there's some level of stress that trying to get what you are taught, the academic environment puts on you. And this can impact on your mental health, especially if you are not doing well academically. If you are not careful, it can begin to affect your mood, it can begin to affect your psychology, it can begin to lead to some other form of, disorders and things like that. One of the things you can do as a young person is to recognize your level. Everybody cannot be at the same level. You may have classmates that are doing exceptionally well, and that's normal anywhere. So once you identify such people, please encourage yourself to walk up to them and let them put you through whatever it is you don't understand. Don't just write yourself off and think, oh, I don't know it and I cannot know it, or it's not everybody. I've seen girls say all manner of things. It's not everybody that will be a doctor. It's not everybody that will be an engineer. It's not everybody that will be a nurse. Of course, it's not everybody that will be. But whatever field you are eventually going to be later in life, you are going to be that, and you can aspire to be at the top of that. You can aspire to be better. You can aspire to not be at the lower cadre, So whatever stress your academic environment might be bringing upon you should not be affecting you adversely. And this comes, one of our previous episodes, we talk about goal setting. This also comes like setting academic goals, planning your day. Some girls just don't plan. You have some free period, there's a free period you have, maybe the teacher has not come in, you can seize the opportunity to quickly just flip over your notes, to quickly just look at what you did previously, to quickly check something in your notebook, in your textbook, and you have access to the internet in your school, you can also check something about your studies. But it's so painful to know that these days you see young people, they go to school with their phone devices and they begin to begin to surf the internet with what is not relevant to the academics. My dear young lady, there's time for everything. There's time for everything. While you are in school, in fact, throughout the school hours, do school things, do academic exercises, create time, study what you learned the previous times. And if you're having challenges that are leading you to, whatever issue, you are beginning to feel odd, you are beginning to feel out of place, You may need a counseling session with your school counselor or somebody that can, an academic counselor, a guardian, that can give you some counseling in your pertaining to your academics. By all means, don't give up on yourself, but work on yourself for better grades. I remember when I was in school as a young girl, it got to a point in a particular class, I felt, why can't I also come to the unit position? Some of my colleagues are in unit. I've been coming in tens, and I felt there was a day I got up and I began to work harder. I wasn't into competition with anybody, but I wanted to improve myself. And sincerely, that brought about a change in my narrative. I began to study better. I began to give more attention, and I could also explain things I knew to my friends. For those who know things, for those who are academically excellent and high up there, please feel free and be willing to help your peers, be willing to help your mates, have discussion groups, study things. When students are on break, they talk away their time. Free period, they talk away their time. Even a teacher is in the class, some people are still talking away their time. Don't let the issues and the characteristics of the adolescent years affect you negatively. Like I've always said, you are a valuable person. You are a gracious person, and you can stand out. You can really stand out if you give heed to it, such that it doesn't begin to affect your mental health negatively or affect your well-being negatively. Just tell yourself, I can meet up, and then you begin to work upon yourself. You can stand out as an adolescent girl, as a teenage girl that you are. Where you have a focus, you work towards it. You understand? It is only if you lack focus that you just do things carelessly and do things anyhow. I want you to begin to pick up and have academic focus, have a focus for excellence, and then you begin to pursue it. Thank you very much for listening today. Once again, if you have any question, you may reach out to us and I'll be available to respond to you. Thank you for listening. Until I come your way again in the next episode, continue to be that gracious girl. Work upon yourself and distinguish yourself, because grace is available. God bless you. Have a wonderful day.
I'm blessed. I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed. I'm blessed. Oh, I'm blessed. From the rising of the sun to the going down of the same.